Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jim and Scott to share their story about how all of this came together.
The table? Is it possible? Yeah, we got this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 42. It's an honor to be hosting the second annual Tech Hub Summit, and we couldn't be more excited to have all of you here. My name is Scott Lurie. I'm the developer of the building that we're sitting in today that just recently opened to the public in August. A little history about the building. This is the former Building 42 from the Pabst Shipping Center. We are in the Pabst complex. So this building was where the beer came to be shipped throughout the country until Pabst left Milwaukee in December of 1996, where the building sat vacant for the past 20 years until August 2016, when we acquired the building and immediately started the renovations to what you are seeing today. For reference, this building had no windows, it had no gas, it had no electric, and it had no water, other than the water leaking from the roof. But enough with the history, let's talk about the future. I want to start by sharing a meme I recently saw on the internet that many of you probably have seen, and it supposes a CFO speaking to his CEO, and he says, "What happens if we invest in developing our team and they leave us?" And the CEO responds to the CFO, "What happens if we don't and they stay?" That today is, I think, a lot about what we're discussing. The idea of investing for the long-term benefits is a difficult business decision. With today's instant gratification and the driving of profits, these decisions are hard, but it's one we must carefully think through. With Building 42 and the 120,000 square feet empty canvas, naturally I took a different approach to the 42. I focused on the long-term benefits and creating a sustainable work environment that focused on achieving a true work-life balance. It was my mission to create a showcase that values our staff's a mission to create something that showcased the values of our staff and while promoting the culture of our company. One of these ways was to make it easier for our staff to do some of the lifestyle activities that they would enjoy while doing at their office. So we invested in the office. We built a state-of-the-art workout facility. We have a lounge and a coffee center, a tea center, and even a fully stocked beer refrigerator. Part of what we also did is we added motion sensing fans to keep you cool working out, added TVs, added locker rooms, and added private showers to shower while you're at work. Why do we do this? Because our employees, your employees, and employees around the world want these assets. And rather than having them leave to spend their valuable time off-site getting their favorite coffee drink or work out across the town, we believe it's best to give them the immediate access to these things and keep them refueled and energized throughout the day. We also utilize our space to create a number of indoor and outdoor environments. If you look up or you look around, we have several indoor and outdoor environments, which includes a 2,000 square foot rooftop working studio upstairs just for the office tenants. We have a full rooftop bar on the other side of the facility. We have a beer garden. There's several decks throughout the facility to create indoor and outdoor work environments. This allows our staff and guests to be able to enjoy some fresh air and sunshine even when the weather isn't the best. And so, the big question is, how do we get technology and design to work together to help promote a culture and environment we're working to establish here? We wondered that too. And so we found ways, and let me share a couple of them with you. We found ways to utilize technology that would continue to nurture the uniqueness of our building and focus on the benefits we felt resonated with the type of talent and office tenants we want to pursue here at Building 42. We started by focusing on some eco-friendly features throughout the building that you really don't see anywhere else in the city. We have 2 Tesla charging stations out front. We have bike parking. We have a live wall sitting next to some of you in the restaurant, as well as greenery throughout the building. In addition to that, as a little note, we do also have a 250,000 gallon water retention on site to hold the stormwater on the property so it doesn't get into our sewers. We did that in collaboration with the MMSD. In our offices, we're utilizing the benefits of sit-to-stand desks, as well as sound dampening technology that actually makes the room louder to make it quieter, to give our staff some privacy in an open concept space when we have a bunch of stuff going on. It's really remarkable technology. We focus on providing a one-of-a-kind experience for our staff, our tenant staff, and our guests here at the 42. And we see trends moving towards furthering Milwaukee as a city that can truly start attracting top talent in technology and other related fields. But it just can't be a wish. It can't be one of those phrases we sit as a talking point when addressing a bunch of like-minded people in the same room. You've got to have full commitment from it start to finish. So don't get me wrong, this is an investment. This is one that requires upfront capital, upfront energy, and it won't happen overnight. But the payoff, what we're discussing is how to become a tech community. But the payoff in the long run will far outweigh the short-term costs associated with creating a future destination for our country's top talent and for embracing the idea of lifestyle activities being brought to an office setting. We've got challenges we're facing in this city when trying to attract talent from outside. Winter's upon us. Our seasonal weather, specifically the cold months. We have lower density. But let's be positive. We've got so much great going on, specifically right here to the east of us. We've got some very good family-friendly neighborhoods with short commutes to our city. I often joke with my friends who live on the coast and tell them that my ride to work is 15 minutes and with traffic it's 18. We do have a vastly improving public transportation system, growing infrastructure, and top quality entertainment that's being invested directly to the east of us. I'm going to circle back to my comment earlier about the CFO and the CEO discussing whether investing significant resources in your staff would be worth the expense at the end. I hope I've impressed upon you the answers we concluded to that question, but let me end with this. If you know your staff is looking forward to coming to work each day, whether it's because they can have their favorite coffee, or they can charge their car outside for free, or they can get a workout in at the office, or they could go work on the roof with views of our city, or have one of the top craft breweries in the state directly across from you, my answer would be it's worth the investment. So thank you all for being here, and Jim McCabe.
Thanks, Scott. Well, we're supposed to be sharing 10 minutes, so I'm going to talk fast here. So I think, when I first got asked to do this, obviously I was wondering what that was, but they probably figured I'd be pressing my face against the glass and creepily watching this thing anyway from my brewery. So here I am, and as I got to learn about this tech hub, it's really pretty remarkable, and especially intriguing because it's being led by an insurance company and our major medical supplier in the city, and technology on the medical side makes a lot of sense, but you learn how technology layers into those large, not traditional tech companies, and then how they work together. I can see one side of that relationship. If Aurora does a good job, maybe we don't have to write a check as soon. That's kind of good. So I don't know the other way, but it's great to see how they're taking the leadership, because there's some obvious tech companies that are in town that I think are going to start to embrace this initiative. And what does technology really mean to us, and why am I even up here? I think the main thing is that as a relatively small manufacturer and a manufacturer of a consumer enthusiast product, I mean, our big thing is to be able to touch people on an individual level. When that was the ale house 20 years ago, what that meant was sliding beers across the bar, trying to tell them the differences between these flavors, and it was a brand new, innovative, kind of disruptive thing at the time, as beer didn't have all these qualities, and it was a learning curve and explanation time. But now technology factors into all the things we do as a medium-sized manufacturer, and it's not just something that's an opportunity, it's incumbent on our ability to succeed. So there's really two ways that works in a consumer enthusiast category like ours: is technology to communicate with you guys on the social media and marketing side, and then technology that you see on the other side of the glass. So the big thing that's amazing is this technology wasn't even close to where it's at for our scale. It was always there for the larger brewers or the larger manufacturers of consumer products, but for us to be able to do what we're doing now is great. I mean, just video is exploding for us in the ability to communicate, and the consumer's interest in that and the ability to interact with that is fantastic. The touch points, our ability to target. I not only can target people in the Milwaukee area or in the region or in Madison that like craft beer, but I could maybe dial in on whether they are really into the new hazy IPA trend or possibly even hazy IPAs and fat bikes, because that's what we're doing on Saturday. So that's the kind of targeting that is just incredible, powerful, and achievable for a company our size. And then, I mean, we could go into it. Hannah Falk is here, and she's our marketing director and amazingly proficient at that. And the technology side, I'm an engineer. I really am deep into what goes on the production side, and I am so excited about our new brewery. Because if you've been to 2nd Street, we did it the way a lot of craft breweries do it. A lot of guys with beards much better than mine, and doing what we can to get the beer on a truck. And the application of technology over here is really exciting and mind-blowing. It's what I used to do for a living, so it's not scary, it's exciting. And a partnership with Rockwell, who you'll hear from soon, is I mean, we've got the global leader in a hardware and software platform for industrial automation right here in Milwaukee. And we all know about the clock, but our brewery is a great platform for people of all ages, especially students, but out of college, to understand how that technology that's made here is being integrated into these simple and fun processes. You can't not get a student to a brewery, so it's not a problem to expose them to the technology on this level. But what it means to us from a brewer's standpoint to have a partnership with Rockwell and have all this technology is really, this is not my notes for the speech. This is how we brew at 2nd Street. We have a whole bunch of these. It's just like if any of you homebrewed, there's 5 pages of notes that get consolidated into Louis' demise and what one version versus another. Over here, it's data, data, data. So everything we're doing on the marketing side with this geo-targeting and interest targeting and the feedback, the ability to immediately respond to you when you're saying, hey, I'm driving to your place, where's the parking? And we're able to respond to you on the way here. It's no different than the data we're using to make sure that our batches are coming out exactly the same. You'll see a copious amount of wiring and cabling, and then you'll see all the cool screens that Rockwell, what they manufacture and program, and you'll see that after the presentations, and it's just remarkable, and it's our ability to nail technology and use to nail those beer flavors and make it better. Not that it was not like Guy said, this wasn't, in the beer business we can't don't worry, be crappy. We have to don't worry, be good, but we're gonna be better. So the technology over here, you'll get a chance to see it on the tours. I'm way over time, but enjoy the brewery, and thanks for being here.